Hey guys, I want to run through this laning stage with you real quick. So I am playing a position 5 Abaddon, and we're supporting a rank 7 guy playing carry. And I think that I played pretty well. I'm not gonna say I like played out of my mind and carried him or anything, but I think we do really well, and I think you would be wondering, why am I starting Boots of Speed first? I think maybe I made some weird decisions that people wouldn't always make. So that's why I wanted to cover this with you guys. So I think that we're against a DP clock. Could be a monkey clock. Either way, it's going to be heroes that want to like run us down. So that is why I'm starting with these boots first. So my thought, I've got my tangos queued up. I'm like, okay, obviously I'm going to need regen, and I want to be able to give my AM regen, so I'm going to buy tangos. But I'm going to start these boots, not really have to worry about this clockwork. Notice I'm just like way faster than him because my base move speed is faster than clock. So like I can kind of just run away from him at any time, which is just going to favor me. And then DP or Monkey also just kind of run you down. So if you can just run away from them, it's really value. So that's why I started Boots first. That's why you can start Boots first sometimes, but like these are the situations, right? You're against a clock, you know, and you need to be able to run away. I'm pinging my Ames courier, but he told me he was going to buy a Ring of Health. And I was like, oh, okay. So apparently if you want to be really good, send your courier out to here. And, then you can get it over to the Ring of Health ASAP. And so the clock plays pretty well in terms of the pull camps this game. I'm just getting some harass in. I have the tangos coming out, so I don't want to trade like away all my HP here, but I thought it was worth doing some trading. And I am going to play for pulls. I did block this camp. I started with this camp blocked. Clockwork Body blocks mine, but I blocked it with the ward, so even though I was in the box, it was fine. And the AM, while the clock was blocking, did a very good play of like getting the DP down low. The DP can do nothing here, especially if the DP takes Q level 1, which he did. If the DP takes Spirit Siphon, it's like not as good for AM, because like if he blinks on you, then you just Spirit Siphon him. So maybe a mistake from the DP there. And then just helping my AM with the lane equilibrium a little bit. We don't have pull camp, so obviously it's going to be pushing in. Not a whole lot we can do. But given that I don't want to like trade a lot with the clock on the side, it's like what I can do. So forcing DP to use a nuke here, just kind of using what mana he has. And maybe he wants to do that anyways because he gets an AM. But look at my AM, how aggressive he's being every time that the DP like walks close. And this is what I mean. I'm level 2 here and the clock's level 1, so he kind of takes a bad trade. I can just shield and hit him. And blocked here. So this guy de-warded my sentry, but then for some reason like he left it blocked. Like it definitely was blocked later. It's kind of weird. Being really careful with my courier, not wanting this guy to snipe it. I don't know if he has a ward. So I brought out, this is my second set of tangos, and I've got some sentries now. I thought he had, like, even though he was body blocking this, I thought maybe he'd put a sentry down. Looks like he did not. And then I decided to ward here just to, like, see what the clock is doing. I think this gets de-warded pretty quick, but I'm going to give my AM some tangos. Really important to do. And then I'm just going to trade with DP a bit. He's going to use a Spirit Siphon on me. Kind of an even trade with the Spirit Siphon, but he's like zoned away from these creeps, and he's down a Siphon now. And if you're a DP player, you know that like if you run out of Siphons, you're kind of screwed. So it just makes his life a little bit harder. Being my AM tangos. So that's 6 tangos I've gone through already in 3 minutes. And notice these boots first have really come in handy, and then we still bought all the regen we needed. Just kind of bothering this guy, making his life kind of hard in terms of last hits. We've got a bunch of creeps here, so they can't really stand and fight. Maybe I lose a little bit too much regen here. And I tell my AM I'm going to pull the next wave. I probably should have gone back to pull right here. Like, I had time. Like, in this situation, I should recognize that, like, a pull's coming up. And it would be really nice to get a pull here. So I think instead of chasing this DP, I think I should have gone back and pulled here. But I do it next wave. And so I bought 6 tangos here. Maybe too much, but I was kind of low, and I wanted to make sure that my AM stayed full HP, so I wanted to be able to give him more. Okay, so this clock stops me from pulling here, but I do get a stack off instead, so the next best thing, right? Just because you don't get the pull off, you don't give up. And then here I was like, why is this blocked? I thought he would like want to unblock it, but he didn't. Don't mind hitting this clock at all, because if he ever turns on Q, I can just either aphotic shield and keep hitting him, or I can run away, depending on what's happening. I take my Q here just to like keep my AM sustained. I've given him one more tango. I think he ate it. He's got his Ring of Health. He's just chilling. Give him another tango here. And then I believe I'm going to Q him here in a second, too. Oh, I actually die here. I think just based on how passive they've sort of been being, I'm, like, not really respecting their combo of, like, Cogs into Siphon. I'm like, oh, no, I can't die. I'm fine. And then here... Like, I just shouldn't initiate a trade of this Clockwork. Like, if the DP's, like, up over here, it doesn't really matter. But if the DP's, like, right here, and he gets the Siphon, then I'm kind of screwed. Really good Cogs. Kind of, like, pulled me back. So, I decided to trade out the clock instead of trying to run away. So, a little bit of a mistake for me. And then Monkey shows up, too, which is unfortunate. And then our mid shows up. So, this triggers me to TP mid. And I think a lot of people won't do this either, but my mid had TP'd here. So my mid does not have a TP. He is not going to be back this lane for at least 30 seconds, which is a full wave for me. So if you're ever a support in this situation where you die, but your mid rotated in with a TP, you should respawn and immediately go mid. This is like something that you should do because I'm going to get a free at least one wave of XP, if not two. Sometimes they don't come back right away, which is what happens here. The AM had died too. And the AM does TP back to lane, but this Muerta does not come straight back. I think he ends up farming the stack that I made, which is, like, kind of nice. I get a little bit of gold for that. And, you know, I'm not, like, getting CS versus Monkey, who did come back, but I am getting, like, free XP here, which is really nice. Kind of keeping my eye on the Muerta. Here I'm checking the rune. If it's here, I'm going to get it. It's not. It's unfortunate. And then I walk back to lane here, but my Muerta is coming back. So... you know, make sure I don't steal the creeps from him, and then go back to my lane. And, you know, the AM's not having a great time during all this, but the value I got out of, like, that, like, wave and a half or whatever that I got mid is really nice. Because I didn't need to be back in my own lane right away. And we're still going to play the same game plan, heal the AM. Here, I didn't realize we should have traded out with this Clockwork earlier. I was, like, trying to escape, and the AM was just hitting the clock. I was like, oh, this is working. So, a little late to the party there. This is really close, and then the Monkey's here, so I die again. So if the Monkey's going to keep coming down like this, it's not a big deal. And notice my second item was just Windlace. I really just value the move speed, not getting caught by the Cogs, being able to run away from the DP. It's like my whole thought here. And not making it super complicated. I could have bought a stick, but I thought maybe I could rush a Force Staff here. Like, this game is feeling pretty good so far. Like, I thought it was going well. My AM is top of the net worth. I think they're morphed, like, Rage Buyback ones already, which... kind of sucks. Like, our team's owning top, which is great. My AM, compared to the DP, though, is having a really good time. So I was like, this game's going well, and maybe I can greed it up because their lineup of, like, Monkey, Grim, Clock, DP, like, they have to kind of just walk at you, and Force Staff is good against, like, all these heroes. So I was like, if I can get a really early Force Staff, like, kind of greed it up and just go an immediate Force Staff, right, I already have the Fluffy Hat. You know, I'm sitting at 280 golds. I was like, if this keeps going well, like, and I get a really early Force Staff, like, nobody on our team will ever die. Like, I will just keep them alive with my spells, and then Force Staff them. If, like, Monkey goes on them or they get hook-shotted, or, you know, they're about to get run down by DP or whatever, like, a Force Staff just completely stops what they want to do. And so here, just helping my AM trade out as much as he wants. Like, I don't really initiate any of this, but, you know, Abaddon is happy to just sit in the back and kind of heal things. And here I'm going to go for a pull just because I can and nothing else is really happening anymore. And it's going to fix the lane. Bring it back, make it more dangerous for the DP to walk up. Happy to let my AM farm this pull. Kind of checking their wards, if they have any. And yeah, just keeping my AM shielded, topped off. Really only flying out what I need. I did pick up one smoke in case I wanted to, like, connect with the Muerta and, like, go top or whatever. I just like to have a smoke. Never a bad thing. And, like, one clarity. I'm trying not to overbuy regen here. And I checked here to see if he got the rune. He did. The Clockwork, I'm pretty sure. He had, like, come up and dewarded this, so I don't know if he saw me put something there and didn't know it was just a sentry, or if he just checked it himself after I'd gone. And here we get another late pull. Just to help with the lane equilibrium. Make sure that my AM's life is as easy as possible. And we've got a really nice ward here. Oh, I placed this ward. I didn't even mention this, but I did want to get a ward down to scout the rotations coming in, which is exactly what we do on this play. Like, my AM said, he, like, noticed before I did, obviously, because he's, like, 12k MMR, and I'm, like, 7k MMR. But he was like, 4 heroes are here. And I was like, oh, okay. Which we scouted with my ward. So I know to put the ward down. I just don't pay attention to what the information the ward gives me. Like, it makes it so we just don't just, like, die, right? This ward, like, scouts all this rotation. And it's a really strong move that high-level games will do. They'll just bring 4 heroes. They'll say, we need to take this tower. Otherwise, our game sucks. And that's part of the reason that me and AM have been happy to play down here for so long, is if this DP is not getting our tower, he's really not having a good game. Like, the fact that we have this tower up at 10 minutes and, like, full HP tower is really nice for us. So AM hangs around, and we make the call to defend the tower. He, like, sort of blinks out, but we're hanging out in the area. The Merchant TP's in. And we're pretty strong here. And we get the DP right away. Our Muerta is dying behind the tower, but by picking up these 2 kills, we've basically secured the tower. And that's the important thing. Anything else is kind of gravy. My Timber's... This is a position 4 Timber, by the way. And they just owned top, and he's got like a... He's level 8 at 10 minutes. I mean, he just owned top super hard. So I'm just like kind of walking in behind him. My goal is to keep him alive. And then I see this happening in the back. Could have got back there a little bit earlier. But we all like run back. And this is going to be the end of the video because the monkey buys back and feeds, and this game's over. The clock also like feeds, and they're like end mid or whatever. So we just end mid here. But I just wanted to walk you guys through this because, you know, I don't think most people are going to start brown boots. I'm not saying you should start brown boots every game. Don't do that. But just wanted to explain my decisions here and how this lane went pretty well against, you know, this guy's ranked 300 and this clock's ranked 200, right? So, you know, normally I would expect to be outlaned here. Played for the pulls, and then also just played to help my AM CS when there were no pulls available. I thought my items were pretty good, even though it's like kind of weird, right? I'm not buying the stick raindrop kind of thing, but that's not going to keep me alive against what they had. So I thought I adapted pretty well, and just wanted to share that with you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, sub to the channel. And if you want to be coached by me, check the link in the video description. You can join my Discord there, and there's all the information there on how to sign up.